Okay, so let me get this straight. Now that we've crossed the actual fucking desert, technically multiple times on account of all that bullshit, now we can get to work on clearing our mind. Do I have this right?
Correct. Only now that we have done that can we truly begin to think and really chew on everything that Quaestor Varys told us.
Cool. Just making sure I was following along. There are 2 identical sets of children in the foreground. At least they have different animations.
Their excitement's contagious.
I mean, not anymore they don't, but...
It looks like they're just bringing in the flame ice. We should watch as long as we've dropped by.
So many kids. I hate the little ones, too. Can't we turn back?
But if we turn back, we're not going to get to clear our heads.
No, we need
Right?
to give Soggy time to think.
Thank you, Millie.
Gilo and I will be wandering around the village. You take all the time you need.
And by wandering around the village, we mean that Gilo will be immediately accosted by children.
You alright there, man? You doing okay?
Look! That's a giant puppet! Everybody grab it!
Soggy, would you mind getting these moppets off me? They're heavy.
I mean, I don't know, you seem to be handling it. He's barely flinching in response to literally having an entire child's weight pulling on one arm. While jumping.
Soggy, have you made up your mind yet? I'm outnumbered.
Right, well, you know what? I'm sure that Gilo will be fine. Don't worry about it.
Everything's under control. What was with the suspicious pause there? I can't remember if all the other shopkeepers did that and I'm only just noticing it. But she's like, welcome to our store.
That's a great question. I don't know. Anyway, we specifically wanted to make sure that we came into this shop with 2,400 gold because it has both a potion upgrade and a very good ice sword that we really, really want to add to our deck right now. I actually went back and ended up farming like an extra encounter or 2 after we handed in that flame ice to what's-his-face.
Yeah, very, very much a good call on not purchasing any of the snow. Seems about right. So yeah, like, is this the kind of game that has the kind of obsessive the obsessive attention to detail, such that if you are carrying an ice weapon, it would have an effect on you in the desert?
No, it would not affect you in that way.
I mean, it's ice elemental, and you can be effective in combat, I guess, but not for the environment stuff.
No. Although it did say that while we were carrying around the flame ice, it was treated as if we always had the snow effect on. So, I mean, I guess that's sort of...
There's that, but not like... There's not like cold stuff that, as a class, gives you the effect. Attention to detail failure. You're polishing a barrel. I don't see how that can possibly be either difficult or dangerous.
Oh no, see, you misunderstand. This is the part of the town where they make the explosives that they use in mining.
And they polish barrels filled with the stuff?
Absolutely. If you don't polish your explosive barrel, then can you even call it a proper barrel?
I guess. Anyway, is this literally the same mining town from the previous game in which the very bad things happened with the war crimes, or am I just misremembering that?
No, this is the same place.
I thought I recognized this distinctive cave layout.
Yeah, it's a little more lively.
Little pre-war crimes, you might say. Or at least pre those war crimes. Maybe many other war crimes have happened. I don't know, I'm sure there's plenty of war crimes, especially in a town that is literally famous for explosions. Yes. Very much a spirit to be getting into. Children singing songs about everything blowing the fuck up. Fundamental essence of a song? No? Like, I don't know, that seems like something.
I don't think we want the fundamental essence of that guy's song.
I don't know, the fundamental essence of obsession crossed over with unrequited love? Crossed over with sleep deprivation? There's gotta be a use for that.
It's true. We're gonna be, when we go back to the capital, we're gonna be, like, wandering around, and, like, one of those people is just gonna be like, oh, if only I had a song. And, we would be able to soothe their heart.
If only somebody was completely obsessed with me to the point of severely damaging their own health and well-being, and was really good at expressing that.
Hey, Millie, having fun?
Oh, Soggy, have you made up your mind?
Actually, no. Not yet.
Now, we're going to need to do a
Hello,
lot of
Soggy.
mining work
Nice to
and
meet
blow a
you.
lot of things up in order to get our head that clear.
Oh, nice to meet you too. Millie, who's your friend?
This is Almard. She invited me in for tea.
Ah, Almard.
Isn't that right,
That's
Almard?
another name that you should remember.
That's right. I hope your boyfriend doesn't mind me hogging all your time.
Getting that sense again.
Boyfriend? Millie, you don't... We're not...
While Soggy stammers out another tired, that's not what we
I
are.
must have got the wrong idea.
It's not like that.
It's just Millie said.
But Almard, you may remember, is Liud's
Almard?
actual mother.
You never finished telling me about the flame ice.
Yes, I definitely remember that.
Yeah, she was the one that, like,
Don't
appeared
have
on the
to jump
ghost
out
ship
of
and,
your
like, he
seat.
had to kill her.
I just love that flame ice.
Right, that whole thing. That happened, didn't it?
Hey, Soggy. Alma says this village thrives on flame ice mining.
Oh, she says that, does she?
Yeah, you can tell just by looking around.
Thank you, Sagi.
It's such a cheerful place.
Why, thank you. A kind word for the village is a kind word for me. They say Azha started as a haven for people living in the Nihal Desert. After the settlers struck flame ice, more and more people flocked to the village. And before long, it turned into the bustling place you see today. There's not a wicked soul around. Deep down, the Azani know that you have to work together to survive.
I mean, I'm not up on the physics of the stuff, but, like, I get the feeling that striking flame
Hey,
ice
you
would
two
be
like to see them unload the
catastrophic.
flame ice? I'd be happy to show you.
You wouldn't mind?
Not after all the nice things you've said.
So Millie is
Want to go see
Millie is
Saki?
very excited to see them bring out the flame ice.
No, I have a little bit more thinking to do.
I mean, didn't we
I'll come get you once my
already
mind's made up.
see them bring out the flame ice? Like, isn't that what
Okay,
all
fair enough.
the excitement
I'll
at
see
the
you later
beginning
then.
was?
I mean, yes, but like, imagine if they brought out like 7 chunks of it, or 8. Wouldn't that be exciting?
I mean, that would be 7 or 8 times as exciting as what we actually saw, so I guess that's how it works, right? You just keep repeating it and it keeps being exciting. Like, I feel like we're missing an implication here. Also, that was a very needless
You
fade
know-
out.
I made up my mind about the Quaestors deal a while ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, you promised to clear my name and help the orphanage. Why would I say no?
Why indeed, Sagi? I can't
Besides,
think of a single
I owe
red
it to
flag
Azha.
that might have come up.
I'll never
as a
forget
result
that
of
empty
that.
space where the rest of the island should have
But
been.
also, if you
Pale-eyed
if you
acid.
decided a while ago, then what the fuck are we doing here?
Still, Varys gave me a lot to chew on. Save the world?
Can we
Try
say
coming
that
up
to
with an
him?
answer to that. Don't worry, I'll tell Gilo and Millie I made up my mind. I know I'd put them out.
You in the corner. What are you babbling about over there? Open your mouth and the sand flies in. That's what the Azani say if you stand around with your jaw dropped.
Who are you?
Who am I? I'm Baten, a miner here in Azha. What do you want from us? You don't look like the other watchdogs they send.
No one sent me. I'm just out with some friends for a change of air.
Yeah, we just came here for a stroll.
What do you mean by watchdogs? Is someone watching you?
Incredible. You really don't know. The Empire keeps soldiers stationed here in Azha. And those soldiers walk off with all the village's flame ice.
You mean for free?
Practically. Pro-Maka Nation has bumped up the demand for flame ice. Their machina get really hot, you see.
You know, I'm
So
starting.
now we're forced to deliver outrageous amounts of the stuff each
I'm
day.
starting to get a hint
And we do it
of
for a
another
clothing
one of
pigeon
those
song.
those political words. I think this one starts with C.
Nation. So it's
A little
affecting
bit.
people here,
There's
too.
a
We have to
concept.
work our asses off each
Just
day to
it's
fill
on the
Empire
tip of my
quotas.
tongue.
The work's got us using explosives near the lava. Accidents happen all the time. But what the hell do they care? They'd just as soon sit by until every last man in our village...
Whatever. Let's get dragged into something as a distraction on our way from being dragged into
Must have
something.
got carried away there.
Just multiple recursive
Well,
levels of getting
back to
caught up
work.
in people's bullshit.
Hey, I never caught your name.
It's Sagi.
Sagi, huh? That's a good name. Thanks for being a good listener, Sagi. You drop by to visit anytime you want. I'll be looking forward to it.
Oh, is that what we were? We were being a good listener.
Now, I mean, like, stop me if I'm, like, scrutinizing in too much detail the finer points of this admittedly kind of cavalier approach to
Do you
plotting.
think I can change any of this?
But, like, should it not be the case that we are, given that we're literally wanted for, the murder of literally the Emperor,
Really? Yeah, I guess I
and
can.
we're wanted
If you're helping
by
me out,
the Empire, and the Empire is
Saving the
here
world may
in
not be in my
force,
but if I can change a little
that-
at a time,
there would
It's
be,
a start.
publicity, like a couple good wanted posters or something. Like, I feel like the name Sagi is one of those things that everybody would be shouting about. Like, hey, we want this guy armed and dangerous, etc., etc. Like, I don't know.
Oh, so you're saying that you would not go into territory which is clearly under hostile control and just be like, hi, I have the same name as the guy who killed the Emperor.
Not only am I saying that, I am also saying that given that we did go into such a place and we did say such a thing, that the guy who does not seem like an idiot should have been like, hey, wait a minute, you're that guy, you're probably worth an enormous fortune to whoever brings you in.
I mean, I don't get the feeling that these guys are particularly happy with the Empire, so, you know, the alternative reading on this is that, given that we did freely give him our name as the guy who killed the Emperor, we probably actually worked our way into their good books pretty quick.
Maybe he recognised us and is actually good with it. But, you know, on the other hand, you know, it maybe for the first time in recorded history, somebody could go against their morals and their community for an enormous pile of money. I mean, this would be completely unprecedented. It would be a bold writing choice, of course. But, you know, I could see it. Like, okay, so one more time, right? The flame ice is coming from the lava caves. And the flame ice has been established as melting in the scorching heat of the desert under Mother Sun.
Correct.
But doesn't... But... I got nothing.
This kid wants some,
Eau de mouche.
yes. He needs some of that so we can clean out the bugs that are in the lava caves.
Sure.
And in fact, here, you know what? Let's just take the guided tour. Tell us more.
Aha.
This may be of use to you at some point. You may want to just jot that down.
Maybe hang on to some of that fly water. I'm guessing the I mean, I was gonna say double meaning, but like you don't really like moosh is literally the noun, like fly, like the well, is it actually? I can't remember if it's like if it's the noun or the verb. Could be. I'd have to look it up. Like, I can't remember if that's the same in French like it is in English. But like, can it be the other? I'd have to look this up. I have forgotten almost literally every single bit of French I have ever actually known.
Anyway, we have successfully tracked down this lady's assistant, who told us that the saltpeter that she's looking for is just in her fucking pocket.
Incredible.
You know, but for our trouble, we got a free medium attack card. That's not nothing.
It was sweltering.
If I'm understanding Google correctly,
That
it
wore
can
me
be
out.
both the insect and the verb
Azani
in
are
French.
all really nice, but they couldn't pay
Well,
me
you
to
know.
live here. Look at my hair. I'm a deranged fluff pup.
This would be funnier if she actually had, like, an alternate model where her hair was visibly fucked up.
We don't get that level of detail yet. It's still too early for that in video
Soggy,
games.
Did you decide what to do about the Quaestor's proposal?
Yeah, apparently we figured this out a while ago.
Yeah.
Why are we even here?
Actually, I had my mind made up all along.
Get out! You did? All that worrying for nothing.
Sorry. Are you mad?
Not really. But why keep him waiting if you already know?
Well, he asked me to save the world. I guess it just caught me by surprise.
That's true. No pressure there, huh? Well, good for you. It's all sorted out. Shall we head back to the Quaestors?
By the way, on closer inspection I have not
Sure.
understood Google correctly,
Thanks,
and it's
man.
just being really weird about telling me whether the thing that I've
You
looked
too,
up
Gilo.
translates
Sorry
to a
to
fucking
worry.
noun or a fucking verb. You wouldn't think this would be so difficult to just read off of a screen,
I don't do that.
but they managed to find a way to fuck it up.
Wherever you go.
How
So
could I
good work
forget?
on that.
Thanks again, you two.
I appreciate Gilo's open admission that they're just like, you know what? I don't think. I don't do anything. I just follow you and whatever sort of fuck-ups that drags us into.
I just do vibes, man.